In this video, you'll learn how to use the new track color system and how to manage and customize colors in your project. To get started, we'll open up one of the demo scenes. In the Timeflow view, we can change any item's color by clicking on the color swatch icon. This opens up the color palette where we can click to select another color. We can also select multiple objects and channels to apply in bulk. Click the swatch icon for any selected item, and then from the pop-up menu we can select a color, which applies to the selection. If you prefer to use the built-in color picker, you can also click the color field here at the bottom. Here you can create a custom color on the fly, or you can use the built-in configurable palettes. So in this tutorial we'll be focusing on Timeflow's color palette. Once again, we can click on any swatch and then assign a color to the selected objects and channels. You can also assign colors to everything in the view without having anything selected. Press the tilde key or backquote to clear the selection. And then click the swatch icon here at the top in the column header. We can then click on a color which applies to all objects and channels currently displayed. Normally, one wouldn't want a single color applied to the whole view, so let's look at some of the other options. To use a shortcut this time, we can press Alt-C to open the color palette. We can see a row of buttons here at the top, and let's click the gear icon to change the palette to a list view. This expands the buttons and colors with more descriptive labels so we can better see what things are. Starting with the buttons at the top, we first have automatic mode, which applies colors automatically based on object and channel types. You can also use keyboard shortcut Alt-T to assign colors by type. The settings to assign by type are configured in the color palette asset, which we'll go over in a moment. Basically, each object and channel is assigned a color based on the component type and optionally the channel type. First though, let's go back and see the other color assignment options. Sequential applies the list of defined colors across the objects and channels in the order they are displayed. This also works with a selection, and we can use the keyboard shortcut Alt-E to apply sequential colors to anything selected. This is a great option to quickly add some color distinctions without overthinking it. Next we have random to apply colors randomly. This has two options, which now would be a good time for us to look at the settings. Click on the gear icon and then select Edit. This selects the track color palette asset in the project so we can view it in the inspector. Let's go ahead and lock the inspector here so we can keep the color palette settings in view. As mentioned a moment ago, there are two options for random colors. Use this checkbox here to allow fully random colors. If turned off, then only the defined colors, not skipped, are applied in random order. We can use the keyboard shortcut Alt-D to randomize the colors again. Now let's try it with the option on to see the result. As we can see, there's a lot more randomness to the colors each time we apply it. Let's now go over some of the other configuration settings. Here we can specify whether we want new track colors to have a random color or a predefined color. This can be seen anytime a new object is added to the view. Back in the color palette settings, let's now go over the type assignment modes. It's currently set to user controlled, which means all colors are assigned explicitly by you and do not automatically change on their own. There's also two automatic modes, yield and forced. Yield means once an object is set to automatic color, it continues to update automatically, such as when new components are added to the object. However, if you assign a specific color to an object, this overrides the automatic mode for that object and remains that way until you change it again. Yield is best when you want to use automatic colors, but still have the ability to override them for specific objects. The other option, automatic forced, means that all track colors are automatically applied and updated based on their type assignments. This mode is strictly enforced and does not allow custom colors to be assigned while active. If we open up the color palette menu, we can see that there are no color options and that automatic forced is active. This also disables the color picker fields. Once again, if you wish to retain the ability to customize colors for specific objects, set the mode to automatic yield. Now we can override the color for any objects we wish. The type assignments are based on the order they are displayed in the color palette settings. Notice that color definitions can be displayed either sorted by color which determines the orders the colors appear in the palette menu, or we can display sorted by type assignment. When assigning by type, the first type matched on the object, starting at the top of the list, is assigned to the object. Therefore, we can rearrange items to give them higher priority. There's also a built-in sorting tool to help you organize the list. To change any of the type assignments, click the drop-down menu and then select a type from the list. This list contains all component types in the current project. Since the list can be very long and overwhelming to sift through, we can use this helpful search field to narrow down the results. When a search value has been set, only the types containing the search string are listed in the menu. When assigning by type, you may optionally choose to use channel types as well as component types. Assigning colors by channel type can be toggled on and off here. This can be helpful when objects have multiple channels. And if you prefer that channels do not have separate colors, use the Conform Channel Colors option to force channel colors to match the object they belong to. The Skip checkbox is used to determine which colors are used when applying colors randomly or sequentially. Any marked as skip will not be used. And the Hide checkbox determines which colors are displayed in the color palette menu. Another option for managing colors is the ability to adjust colors globally. First, we can enable the global color adjustments, and then adjust the hue, saturation, and lightness, applying to all tracks displayed. This doesn't modify the assigned colors directly, but applies a filter over the existing colors. This can be helpful to adjust overall color intensity to your personal preference and can be adjusted on the fly. The last thing we'll go over is managing color palette assets. If we head over to the Timeflow preferences and then find the track colors assignment, here we can select a different palette asset, which means you can have separate palettes for different projects or purposes. To create your own custom palette, you can either duplicate and modify the default track colors in the project view, or to create a brand new palette, click the New button here. This creates a new empty palette asset ready to configure your own personalized colors. That concludes this video on using the track colors in Timeflow. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for future updates.